If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today is July 7, 2020, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Apple stock, Amazon stock, and Microsoft all make new all-time record highs in the markets. But first, let's take a look at the various markets. So as mentioned yesterday, there's no major economic events scheduled for today. And looking at the markets, we're watching the euro actually break out of the range, while the British pound actually falter at that and not gain some momentum on the upside. While we're looking at the indices, the NASDAQ pushes markets higher again, making all-time new highs, obviously because of the tech stocks. And looking at the commodities, gold trades higher to its upper range, and oil still steady above $40 a barrel. Lastly, looking at the stocks, it's like I mentioned again, tech stocks take the markets higher. Once again, it's the same names that keep on repeating of themselves. It's Apple, Amazon, Microsoft once again. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So starting here with the Euro USD on a 1-hour chart. And as you can see, we broke that 12-ish level, that 1290-ish level yesterday, gaining all the way to 1341, which is a nice 50-pip move altogether, and we're just trading just above it right now. So altogether, we're still in a relatively a tight range, right? Because ultimately, we're just pressing high above this 1288-ish level, but not breaking out to the 1380, 1390-ish level, which is our previous resistance level. So just keep in mind that your range is much tighter here. Okay, with all said, even though that it did break around this area, what I would look to do is, if it does retrace, look to pick it up around the 1290-ish level. Okay, possibly if it's going to bounce above it, using that as a support level. What's noteworthy here is that the GBP USD did not break out. Yes, it's rallying to the top of its range, but did not break up above this 126. So with that said, at the next sell-off, I expect the GBP to actually sell off. Okay, that would really be a percentage play in our favor, as it's showing some relative weakness. Okay, so something to consider going into the balance of this week. Now looking at the commodities, first looking at gold, trading at 1784, close to its dead highs here, as it looks like it wants to take higher, but just be careful with this, because anytime these things are on their highs, they could change on a dime. So you want to keep a very, very tight stop loss, especially if you're looking to buy this around this area. Now looking at oil, we're steady at $40.32. Nothing to really write home about. It's all taken into strides with the lockdowns, with the counter lockdowns, and everything else that is happening in the markets. Now, looking at the indices, first looking at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones did not break out higher yesterday. Yes, it did breach this area at 26,200-ish level, but didn't sustain it, and then selling off. Okay, so with that said, the Dow Jones still showing some relative weakness. So it may reluctantly either pull above this resistance level with the NASDAQ pushing it higher, or this may actually counteract the NASDAQ and bring the NASDAQ actually down. Okay, so something to consider going into today. Now looking at that NASDAQ, the NASDAQ trading at its all-time highs yesterday at 10,660-ish level, just hitting that 1060. We're about 60 points, 62 points away from that all-time highs as we're retracing, which is normal, okay? But buying these type of breakouts, okay, is still very, very timid, right? Because you look like it's going to go higher and then it goes lower, and we could get caught in that. So you want to keep a very, very tight stop loss in these type of scenarios. Now looking at the stocks that took us higher, really Amazon, a $3,000 stock. Unreal. This is really unbelievable. So since March 18th, where we had that low in the Dow Jones, we went from 17,068 to 3,055, which is almost doubling in price over the past 3 months. Unreal. Okay, so at any given time, we were given so many opportunities to trade this, as this has really changed the facet and changed our perspective of what's going on in the market. Now looking at Apple stock, also 373 on its highs, on its dead highs. Again, after it's making its low of 215, which is almost doubling, okay, as well. Now looking at Microsoft, lastly, trading at $210. Now remember, I mentioned this last week, above this $200 was a breakout move, and sure enough, we're getting that follow through. So this is not, fake kind of buying. This is not a fake out kind of thing. Yes, will there be some profit taking? Absolutely. But there are buyers at these levels, which, ultimately you think, they're looking at a 5 to 6 months outlook on this. So this is really getting very, very strong. Okay. So just be aware of it, and the volatility is there. So really, this environment of trading in the summer, I think we'll all get out of, our summer vacations, go back to trading because it's all there. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.